about time, bitch.
My name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
Rowena Whey. It's Troy.
What's going on here?
Just a whole lot of celebrity.
Pause for applause.
Hello and welcome to What's the Maple Tea? With your hostesses, me, Rowena Whey, and
Me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, the ghost of Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
the ghost of
The
Miss
shell
Tyffanie
of
Morgan.
Miss
The
Tiffany
shell of
Morgan.
Miss Tyffanie Morgan. Are you really that tired?
It's been a long day, bitch.
Oh, good to know.
But
good to
do
know.
I look stunning though?
You do look stunning. You have a
Yeah.
nice, warm glow about
Thank
you.
you.
It's
Actually-
totally natural.
Oh, it's because you have that weird warm glow
It is
filter
weird.
on. I'm like, I don't look this lively normally on camera. Okay, there. That seems much more.
Oh, that's
seems
much more
better.
natural. That's much nicer.
Much more natural.
Yes. This is What's the Maple Tea?
Yeah.
The live broadcast podcast where we talk about everything, including lighting design.
And eclipses.
Oh, yeah, other
and
lighting systems.
Other lighting systems. The world lighting systems.
Photons.
Electrons.
Is electrons used
Heavenly
in lighting?
bodies.
Ooh, heavenly bodies.
Ooh, a lot of heavenly bodies.
Speaking of heavenly bodies, we have a special guest with us today. The one and only county queen herself, Ethan.
Hi. Wow, what an intro.
I know, right?
segue.
Segues are my best quality.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm known for them. not in a good way though.
Yikes.
Yeah.
She's known for the segues.
She's
Actually known for running people over with a segue.
Yeah, it's really dramatic because it's a really slow, it's coming, but you're tied down so you don't know how to get away from me. And then I just
Right.
slowly go, couldn't,
Yeah.
and then fall over.
Whenever it happens,
Gotcha.
you're like, is she really going to run me over with this very slow segue? And you're just baffled and confused the
Yeah.
entire time.
It's like one of those action movie, but spoof action movies where you're running away from the serial killer and you just, no matter how much you run, they're just slowly getting closer and it just repeats over and over and over again.
Right. And you don't want it to happen, but at the same time, you're kind of excited.
Exactly. Everyone really doesn't want my segues to come and they know that they're going to come. But when they happen, they're like, woo!
And they keep coming back.
And they keep coming back for more. Yeah.
So, you're doing something right.
Why does this remind me of some videos I've watched online? Why does this
What
sound
kind of
like...
video?
Yeah. What kind of videos are we talking about?
I'm like, wait, what?
Should we finish introducing Ethan?
We should really finish introducing Ethan
There's
because
more?
there's more. There's lots more. So we were talking about
Ooh.
heavenly bodies, and then we have Ethan in the studio slash virtually. Hello.
Hello. Oh, wait. If we wave into the camera, is that appropriate? Or do I wave at the computer?
No, we wave at the
Camera? Computer. Camera?
Wait, so can you guys not... If you look at the camera, you don't see me?
If we look at the camera, we see the camera, and we just have to pose and look beautiful. But if we look down here, we see
Interesting.
you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What a high-tech situation.
I know. I don't know why I put the camera here. It would have made so much more sense for me to put it right there.
Well, we're live, so...
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is.
is.
We try our best. We try our best. It is also my living room.
Okay.
No, this is Sweet Pea Studios.
Sweet Pea Studios. I wondered where it was. I wasn't sure if it was in Rowena's basement or...
No, that's the Wasteland. People haven't
Gotcha.
seen that yet. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm really looking forward to the radon poisoning. So
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that through my absolute lack of knowledge and absolutely no testing that there's no radon.
Ethan, did you see Rowena Whey in her full-on garb? I was like, is she going to a meth lab to start cooking something
Yeah.
in that? But no, she was going to apparently clean my drag boudoir.
I thought you were just testing out a new look.
Oh yeah, I
It just
actually
looks so similar.
someone guessed it in the comments. It was Jimbo 2.0. I was
yeah.
trying to be not Casper the ghost, like the friendly ghost. I was trying to be Wendy, Casper's
Nice.
best friend.
So Ethan, tell us about we've tried to set up a couple of times, but clearly we're just scatterbrains.
So you're the county queen.
You're the county queen.
What does
The
that
one and
mean for people who
only.
don't know what the county is?
So I live in Prince Edward County, Ontario. It's about an hour away from Kingston, going towards Toronto, I suppose.
There's
but
no
off to the side.
like actual directions. We don't use the
No.
cardinal directions. It's just towards Toronto or towards Montreal.
Yeah, exactly. And if you asked me to use the real directions, I couldn't tell you which is west or east. So
It's okay. It's neither. It's south.
there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
I live south. I live on a little, somewhat of an island
Technically, it's south of Kingston.
south of Kingston. And I am the county queen, the self-proclaimed county queen. There's no other drag queens in the county. There are some in Belleville and Kingston and Napanee, but that's the closest bet. So it's just me and whoever they ship in. Rowena is one of the regular shipments.
I
And
am a
we,
regular import to the county. Yes.
Probably second to me. You were there the most.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
I was performing in the county, I think, before you started performing in the
You
county.
definitely were.
Yeah, but
And how do you feel about that, Ethan? Do you feel like she is undercutting you? Do you feel threatened by her presence? Do
or
you
perhaps
feel-
is she
It feels-
responsible for the boom of drag in the county?
or do you have something to say to Rowena? Be like, bitch, you better start cleaning up after yourself, because whenever I'm doing the show right after you or something, you know.
The pools of semen.
Do you know what? Rowena got me my gig at Carlo Estates, and since then, that has been like one of my most regular jobs. So, what can you really helped me out there. What can
Well,
I say?
thank you. I was expecting
Yeah.
something cunty, but that was great. That was great. I mean, cunty from the country.
We're not competing for gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. We're not competing.
We
We're
do the
sharing.
same gigs, or we have
Yeah.
different dates, or like there's no. I have no competition here.
You literally don't. You don't have any competition.
Don't.
Yeah.
And I want there to be some baby drag queens sprouting out here.
No,
And
you
we
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
No?
I am living proof. I was the only drag queen in Kingston for many a year, and then I was like, oh wait, and then suddenly we get some new queens, and I'm like, oh, a drag artist, and I'm like, oh, we'll start doing drag, and now it's like,
Right.
no one books me now. It's just painful.
Well, to be
Suck
honest,
the life out of me.
when there were only like 5 of us, you got a lot of bookings because you booked all the shows.
well, I was the only one booking the show.
You were the only one booking the shows.
That's the thing too. But,
Yeah.
Well,
but
why
tell
aren't you
us.
booking shows now?
Oh, well, I'm retired now.
Well, fair enough.
No, Ethan. So we're kind of talking about Kingston and then the county. So, for two-part question. I'm going to be serious here. So, have you performed elsewhere outside of the county? And then two, like a follow-up though, what are the differences about doing drag in Prince Edward County versus the big cities? I guess.
She came with actual questions.
Oh my God,
Oh,
they're coming to my mind.
wow. Barbara Walters.
Baba Waddles. Baba Waddles.
Have I performed outside of the county? Yes, many times. I've performed in Kingston a few times now. I've performed in Toronto. I actually started doing drag in Toronto.
Oh.
Um,
And then ran away.
and then I ran away. Yeah. And when I say started, I mean, it's like, I say it loosely. I dabbled in drag. I was not doing drag in any intention to do it as a career or anything like that.
Was it a Halloween?
It wasn't Halloween. It was Woody's open stage.
Oh, well.
Well, that's essentially Halloween.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've performed at lots of like Owen Sound, Napanee, Ottawa, like lots of different places at this point. Belleville, which is, you know, right next door. And I will say, because the Hayloft exists here, which is where, besides Carlo Estates, is the majority of my consistent gigs, it's not that different doing drag in the county as it is in other places. Because they're bringing in performers that are from other places. Mm-hmm. So I guess they bring like whatever flavor it is of the place they're coming from. The biggest difference out of everywhere that I've performed, Toronto is exponentially different than everywhere else.
Yeah.
Toronto is crazy, and I would never. Well, if I was being paid a lot of money,
But you don't in
but
Toronto.
you don't get paid a lot of money, and you have
Drink
to do
tickets?
a lot of work.
Drink
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah, I am doing a show not this coming weekend, but the weekend after in Toronto, and for the length of time that I am performing, I would usually charge triple or quadruple what I'm getting paid. So but I'm doing it for the exposure.
The exposure,
And
the
also the tips.
connections, tips.
And also just because I like the person who's co-hosting with me, so I'm very excited. But
Oh, I know what this is. Yeah, that's excited.
Do I know what this is?
I want to do this gig.
I know
hope I'm on the list.
she has a wait list. You should ask if you're on the wait list.
I asked to be on the wait list. So
Oh, well, there you go.
we'll
Wait,
see.
you have to
Here's
be on a
something.
wait list to be hired with this bitch?
Oh yeah, it's like this show. This is the longest running drag brunch in Canada.
Oh.
And in order to get on the list, you have to literally send a message, and there's like a year wait.
Okay, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm on that list.
I did sneak in though. I snuck in under a year. I reached out in January and I got in April, so I was pretty happy.
Wow,
I was like,
shit.
I'm already coming to Toronto. Please just pop me in. And she's
No,
like,
perfect.
yeah, here you go.
Listen to this bitch. Listen to
She's
smell
got
her,
connections.
smell her.
Smell the confidence.
Oh, slip her a 20 and there you go.
You're right about the
See-
Hayloft though, bringing people like.
I love. I cannot wait for it to open again. I'm booked. I'll be there a lot this summer.
I was
and
gonna say
I'm
you
so
work there though
excited.
as well, correct?
I do work there, and I'm not sure like what the ratio to bartending and performing there will be this year because I'm booked a lot to perform already, but maybe some of those nights I'll like bartend after, which is an
yeah.
interesting thing, but you make a lot of money. So.
Bartend and drag.
One shot for you, one shot for me. Okay. So maybe I'm just realizing that some of our audience members might not know these venues that we're talking about. So Carlo Estates, well, it's a vineyard.
Is the vineyard just in Wellington or just Wellington adjacent, I guess?
So for people who don't know, the county, Prince Edward County, is built up of multiple small towns, essentially counties. So there's like Wellington, there's the big one, Picton, and then there's a whole bunch of other small ones. Carlo Estates is in Wellington, which is still in Prince Edward County.
It's probably like an
Wait.
hour to an hour and a half across, honestly.
Well, and that's
If you
the
started
funny.
in Wapoos to like Consicon
We've all heard of
and went
Wapoos.
around.
Well, and that's funny about the county because you like it's all these country roads, but it's like literally traveling in Toronto, like Greater Toronto area. If you suddenly have a show in West.
Oh, God.
King
But without the
West,
headache.
and then
The one-
Queen West, and then over to
The
like,
one
you know,
night where I had to go from
Without the
Consicon
headache.
to the Hayloft in the same evening,
Oh.
and it took me 45 minutes to get from one side to the other, and I was speeding.
Yeah.
I was like, please, don't fire me. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
She's on the phone. She's on the
See,
phone.
I can't drink at my gigs, which is fine. I don't want to. But I couldn't, that's not an option for me because it takes me at least 20 minutes to get anywhere. There's one gig that I do on the Picton Strip because I live in Picton that I can just like walk home to, and I go pretty hard that night.
555.
As do everyone that performs. It's an intense night.
One where you can roll down
Yeah.
back home to.
Exactly. Both times I've done their shows, I woke up in drag the next morning. Or in the remnants of what was drag.
And Tammy Faye on your pillow.
Precisely. Yeah.
Shoving your face into a pit crew member, like,
Oh
yeah.
my god! And the Hayloft, which is this really amazing, like I don't know how else to explain it. I've only been there, was it once or twice?
Twice now.
Twice now, and it is quite the energy, synergy, and everything because they bring in all these artists, whether
Yeah.
they're musicians or drag artists and stuff, and then
So, the Hayloft is an old barn that was renovated to be like a performing venue and a club, and it's been many, many things over its, I think, 50-year run.
yeah.
I think 5 years ago, burlesque performer James and the Giant Pasty bought the venue and has like really transformed it and brought drag and burlesque to the county in a way that like it was not there before. It's just so elevated. Every Saturday they have either a drag or a burlesque seated show followed by a dance party, which still often features some performances, and it's just like the coolest place ever. It's full of bachelorettes.
Yeah, if you are going to the county for your bachelorette party this summer, and I know there's a lot of you who do, you should make sure you get tickets to the Hayloft on the Saturday night because
Absolutely.
it is the place to be in the county on a Saturday night, dance party or drag show. Either one. You can do one, you can do both.
And they have shuttles.
And they have shuttles
from all around the county. I will say, I feel like I've performed at a substantial amount of venues at this point. There's nothing like the Hayloft. There's other places that are great, but the energy that I feel, at least at the Hayloft, there's nothing that really kind of like, it's just so unique, you know?
I'm just going back to like you saying that you don't drink when you're doing shows in the county. I should probably not drink when I'm doing shows in the county.
Like, I'll have a glass of wine, you know?
I mean, but the number of Jello shots I think that I've had at the Hayloft is probably
I was like, it's just a little sommelier, just a little whiff of the wine. No, Jello shots.
they're like, well, because
No Jell-O
you
shots.
gotta like, sometimes it's getting close to the end of the night and they're like, hey, like, Rowena, can you help push the Jello shots? And so I'll be like, hey, everyone, come do Jello shots with me. And then everyone buys me Jello shots.
Well, you know, if you have a ride or you have some time or you have like a good hearty bready sandwich, you're fine.
True, I do
You just have to
eat-
be smart.
I eat a lot
They
of
have
wieners
hot
when I'm
dogs.
there.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah. They know what
And-
they're doing.
And if you knew someone who had a trailer across the street, then there you go.
Well, I
So-
do know people who live in the county, so I do, when I need to, stay overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. If you ever take too many Jello shots, you can crash on my couch.
See, there we go.
This is reminding me of an eye-opening conversation I once had with bartenders on Church Street.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they.
How many people have slept in those bars, do you think?
Well, no, not that's not what's inspiring me.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
But no, it's about buying shots and stuff like that. So most of them don't actually drink it.
Oh, no, they like
Who, the
spit it
drag
out, or they
queens?
just...
Well, some of the the drag queens, a lot
Who
of them.
who doesn't buy the shots?
No, it doesn't drink them. So when
Doesn't
you
drink
get a
them.
shot purchased for you by like a customer, you often don't drink them because
Oh.
you'll get purchased so many drinks. Actually, when I was a bartender, I used to do the same thing.
You're giving bartender secrets away.
Yeah, I'm giving bartender secrets away. I'm like, how's this bartender not falling over?
You know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes I would much rather get a tip than get a shot.
Yeah, just-
So I'm like, here is a $7 like, I can't say this, but like tip me. I don't want a shot.
Yeah, tip me.
Yeah.
Just give me
Yeah.
that $5. In fact,
Yeah.
if you wanted to get me around, like tip me that $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I can buy what I want, honestly. And if that's like a glass of wine instead of your shot, then that's what I would like.
Yeah. This
And
summer
if that's
I wanna,
like rent,
I want to this summer have like a bottle of kombucha that's just labeled like Ethan's special drink. So when someone buys me a shot, I'll just pour myself that and
Oh.
then take it and
Or just have like the bar have that for you behind the bar. So if someone buys you a shot, like they'll be like, "Oh, I want to buy a shot." Like they just pour the kombucha.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
Or when you're doing shots with people on stage or whatever, you know, you can't do it every time.
Well, you can, but you
can.
shouldn't. You shouldn't. And
I
there
can't.
are many sober queens now and sober drag performers because of the drinking culture.
If I had known, you know, you could be a drag artist without being drunk. Yeah, because there's so many famous in Toronto scene and stuff of drag artists who were sober and like, you know, and they're famous because they were able to manage their career. They weren't just like, you know, big old messes and stuff. So
I think a lot of the time you have to really with drugs or alcohol, you maybe have to go deep before you realize you want to try out sobriety.
sometimes it's a lived experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've talked a little bit about like, so your two primary locations for regular gigs are Carlo Estates and the Hayloft. Now you've started doing something very different in the county than I think most other queens do, which is cabaret shows.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like my drag is transitioning much more to a kind of a theater vibe. A theater influence rather than maybe the traditional club drag route. Although I can pull that out too, book me. But that's just what I like to do the most. It's what I have a little bit of like background in, and you know, I can't really dance. So I'm like, play to your strengths. There's no rule book of how someone has to do drag.
This is true. There are no rules. People try to assign drag rules, but drag is subversive in itself and therefore is not supposed to have a rule book.
Totally. I find that I'm much more entertaining when I'm able to like sing live and do maybe some old theater songs or just
Did you
like,
take like surveys, or is this just from personal experience? You're like, did you like me better when I did this, or did you like me better when I did that?
I think I feel more I feel like I'm enjoying myself, and I think that is what maybe I'm delusional, but I think that translates. You know, if you feel more confident about what you're presenting, people tend to enjoy it more.
They
No,
pick up on that.
Yeah, that's
confidence.
100% correct. If you really know, you can tell when a performer is enjoying what they're doing. And as an audience member, I say this as someone who loves drag. Like I love going to drag shows. If a performer is not having fun, you can tell. If a performer doesn't like what they're performing, you can tell. If a performer doesn't feel confident doing what they're doing, you can also tell. Especially new performers. Like, you can tell that they're not confident. And it takes away a little bit from the show. So the first thing that I say to new performers is, like, just go and have fun.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's taken me a while to figure that out. Like, I used to try to pick songs that I thought the audience would like, and now I rarely care at all. Like, you're getting what I want to do, and then, you know, like, what are you here for? Are you here to watch the show or my show, or like, I don't know.
I totally get that.
Yeah, the way that you, so going back into your show, because quite often you're kind of doing a one-woman show sort of thing, right?
Well, I have to.
You have to, because you're the only one. But which is a nod off, like tip my hat to you, because I would never have been able to do that early on in my career. I would always have to have been with someone else, sort of thing. But if someone was to go to an Ethan show, you know, what are, like, you talked about a little cabaret, a little bit of theater. What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Yeah, so oftentimes maybe I have like a 2 to 3 hour show. And if I have a 3 hour show, you know, I'm dividing it up and maybe doing like 3 intervals, 3 acts. And it's just lots of singing. My goal by the end of the show is to get to know the audience better and hopefully to have like let them know me better as well. I feel like when I'm doing drag, I mean, my drag name is Ethan, so I'm perhaps playing a heightened version of myself. Drag brings out things in myself that I can't access easily otherwise. However, I'm not necessarily playing like a character. So through just like crowd work and talking with the audience and singing, I find I'm able to like tell my story, share stories, and that's how I am able to connect with an audience the best. And some people it would be like totally opposite, and that is great too. But I've tried to do it other ways, and it's just not what feels most like authentic.
So you've tried putting on a character instead?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I had
what?
other drag aliases.
What? Oh, wait. Are you
Oh my
able
God.
or willing to tell us some of your drag aliases?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
This is your life.
When I first started drag in Toronto, I was Elle Majesty.
Elle Majesty.
Elle Majesty.
Her Majesty. She Majesty?
What?
Elle Majesty.
Why does that sound
Majesty.
familiar?
Is it French? Do we translate it, or is it just Elle?
It's just Elle. Just Elle. Well, it was kind of, I liked the name Elle, and then it would be like Her Majesty. I just thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was clever at the time. The drag persona I wanted to like make was super high femme, high fashion model, puss, glamour, and at the time I just did not have the skills to even come close to what I wanted to like achieve in that. So that was pretty short-lived, because I felt like I didn't have the skills to make Elle Majesty the way that I wanted to, like I saw her, you know?
Mm-hmm. I will say that some of the outfits that you wear now are very much kind of what you're describing, like very like glamorous, gorgeous, like fashion. Maybe
Thank
not
you.
like high fashion, but definitely glamorous,
Like,
gorgeous.
let's not get
fashion.
carried away.
No, let's not get carried away. I mean, you're not walking down the runway in a dress 100% made out of condoms and spitting
Yeah,
semen
it's
out
not.
of your mouth.
It's not necessarily couture. I understand. Yeah, it's more old Hollywood kind of.
That's
like,
what I was going to look.
That is a good description,
Like that
yes.
old Hollywood, going to the premiere. at
Premiere,
the- yeah. That's you.
Recently,
Yeah.
a drag queen at a gig said, "You always look like you're going to like a premiere on a red carpet," and I was like, "Ugh, thank you.
That is my goal.
That's
Thank
all
you.
I've ever wanted."
Whereas I always look like I'm going to a street corner.
There you go. Well, that was my second drag alias.
Oh, okay.
So for a 2-night stint, I went to 2 open stages, both hosted by Fierce. Fierce Delicious. Pre-Drag Race, of course.
Well, because after that, she was Fourthalicious.
Ooh.
It took me a while. It took me a while to figure that one out.
Fourth
Okay.
Delicious. Third adjacent.
Third adjacent.
Third
yes.
adjacent.
Third
Yeah.
runner-up.
Fierce was robbed. I'm just gonna say it. No. Oh shit. Okay.
Hashtag robbed. Hashtag robbed.
Disagree, but anyway, we're talking
I don't even
about
remember
you,
who the winner
not
was
Fierce
now.
Delicious.
I don't even remember. Who was it?
The winner was Giselle Lullaby.
Amazing, deserved, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it could have been her or Fierce. Anyway, I was disaster.
Oh,
So
I like
a
that.
180 pivot. And I was like, if I can't make myself glamorous, I'm gonna be countercultural. And I'm not even going to wear foundation.
Cultural.
And it was just like, I picked it at Woody's, like while I was there. She's like, what's your drag name? And I was like, well, I was sitting here thinking, I'm a disaster. And then I thought, disaster. And she's like, cool, I didn't ask for your fucking life story. Like, what song are you doing?
What's your name so I can announce you?
Yeah.
It is now whatever she told me.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of disaster, Aja is coming to Kingston on Friday.
Aja?
Aja.
Oh, for what?
She's doing the visibility tour with the International Day of Pink. She's coming as her out of drag self, Venus, however.
Okay.
But what was her... She, on her first season, she was Princess Disastra.
Oh.
Oh. I don't remember.
Now, there's still free tickets to that. So if you're in town, Ethan, on a Good Friday and not
I'm
at
not.
church.
Gay Friday. Actually, you're going on tour.
I am.
Wait. What? We've been talking for 35 minutes and we have not mentioned this yet. So first of all, let's just stop in case anyone has stopped listening to us. I am Tyffanie Morgan.
And I am Rowena Whey. And we are here today with...
Ethan, the county queen.
Woo! And Ethan is just about to tell us about their upcoming tour, Babes.
Yes, I'm very excited. I have joined the cast of the Babes burlesque and drag tour, a recent addition. This is the third year of the tour, and unfortunately, a couple performers could not go this year, but fortunate for me, I was thought of to be a replacement, and I'm very excited. I am hosting the show, and I'm going to be performing, and these are some amazing burlesque performers I get to work alongside and learn from.
You're hosting. That's
I am
really
hosting.
special.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really doing burlesque. That's not really my shtick. We'll see.
After the show, she takes off her clothes.
Yeah. Precisely.
But only if you leave the money on the nightstand.
No, that's you, Tiff. That's you.
me. That's me. Sorry. Hey, look at that. There's a picture here.
Oh, there we are. That's me in the back.
All I can say is I don't see tan lines. And how much
Thank
bronzer
you.
is involved?
Okay, so not in this photo, but in the header to the Eventbrite page where you can purchase your tickets. You can get tickets to this tour on Eventbrite. They're going all across Ontario and out to the East Coast. So if you're in New Brunswick or Nova Scotia or PEI, you can get tickets.
Yeah.
But the on the one promotional photo, this wonderful person with the bleach platinum blonde hair looks a lot like Jordana Miles.
Oh.
In a very strange way.
She looks like a young version of Jordana Miles.
Yeah, a young version of Jordana.
I tease.
A
I love
younger
Jordana.
version of Jordana. A younger version of Jordana.
Is there more in here? Oh, look at that. Oh, that was
So
from
that
last
was
year.
last year.
That's last year's.
So
yes.
how many dates are you going?
So,
And how many men?
I think we're doing 18 shows.
Wait, what?
It's something like that. I'm not sure
And
anymore.
this is a tour. Like you're going.
Yep. So it starts April 3rd in Hamilton. And then the first 2 weeks are across Ontario. We're doing places like Stratford, Owen Sound, Ottawa, Belleville. That. And then we're just heading gradually towards the East Coast. And that's the last 2 weeks of the tour are across the East Coast. And it's the whole month of April. 4-week tour. I leave tomorrow to Toronto for a week of rehearsal, which is why I am zooming in instead of joining you in Sweet Pea Studios this evening.
We are missing you, but we understand.
We understand.
you.
We
Thank
definitely
you.
100% understand.
As people who definitely rehearse, I'm shaking my head for all the viewing audience or the listening audience. We understand needing a week of rehearsals.
Right? I'm like, rehearse. The
You're
show's
like,
gonna be
I rehearse
great.
my songs like I sing. Like I sing my songs in the shower, I'm rehearsing.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know about that anymore.
It just makes me think of I did a play one time, and
Oh my gosh, how have I never heard this story?
and well,
I've heard about you trying to get on Drag Race so many times, and yet I've never heard about your play.
I've been in a play as Tyffanie Morgan, and it was definitely it was a way to challenge myself because there was rehearsals and learning how to act on a stage because learning all that kind of theater stuff, and you've done that, Ethan, right? Like it's a totally different skill set, which is a really great skill set to have as a drag artist. But it wasn't until like maybe 2 or 3 plays in that we started kind of getting really comfortable, the actors, and you would throw some little jib jabs in there every now and again.
You just throw in some different lines, some improv.
Throwing a different line in every now and again.
Oh, I feel bad for the audience the first 2 nights.
What are you talking about? It was a perfect play.
Yeah, I'm excited for this tour for so many reasons, but one of the biggest draws is we're doing it's the same show every time. And
Professional.
That's professional. That it's a professional tour. Yeah.
exactly. I'm so excited because I don't know if you two ever sometimes like thinking of what song am I going to do tonight? It's exhausting and you don't want to do the same numbers necessarily. You're thinking like who was there at the last show at this venue in particular. I repeat numbers a lot, don't get me wrong, but you still want to do maybe some kind of variety, and I'm excited to not have to think about that for a month.
I mean, you are literally speaking to the queen of the repeat song, Miss Tyffanie Morgan herself.
What are you talking about?
Do you know how many times I have seen the following 5 numbers?
Oh, 5 numbers.
I'm gonna say them all.
Oh,
Okay,
she's
you
gonna
ready?
read me now.
She's gonna read
She's
you.
gonna read me now.
Mamma
5
Mia,
Mamma
as
Mia.
performed by ABBA or Cher,
Yeah. Okay.
because before that album came out, it was just ABBA.
It's
Dancing Queen, as performed by ABBA or Cher. When Love Takes Over,
that's a Pride number. That's part of the Pride kit.
Dark Lady.
That's a Halloween kit number.
Yes, but it was many, many, many times.
One
then,
to every Halloween, every. Oh gosh. Okay. Continue.
And then the boat in the cutest little dinghy in the Navy.
That's a boat cruise song that I have to do.
But I'm just saying, the number of times I've seen those. And then I will read myself and say the number of times that I personally have performed the same Celine Dion song and the same Disney parodies is astronomical. So I think you have a wheelhouse, but also people actually enjoy seeing the same number again. It's not...
If it's a number that they really
If
like.
it's a number they love,
They do.
it's a number that they will want to see again. And I have actually had people who I know have seen me perform, it's all coming back to me now, at least 3 or 4 times, request it.
Yeah.
And like so much so that like if I didn't perform it, people would be like, "But you didn't perform Celine today. Why are you even here?"
And I get that same
Right.
question too. Why didn't you do Mamma Mia? Why didn't you do Cher? Ethan, do you have people coming up to you and be like, "Why didn't you do that number?" I always know.
On occasion, for sure, I would say. I also think, I overthink things a lot because more often than not, especially in the county, I have a majority different audience. It's such a tourist town that it's usually different people anyways. So I have chilled out a lot over the last couple years, and I'm not like thinking about what numbers I'm doing for a show a month in advance. It's maybe the day before or something like that.
I actually, a year or 2 into my drag career, because my first year was very like, I performed maybe 5 or 6 times in my first year doing drag. I will say the opportunities were a lot less in my first year, but I put together a playlist on my Apple, Spotify called Drag Songs. And it's songs that I know, songs that I've done, or songs that I will do. And so if I'm ever having one of those days where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to perform, I go through my list and I'm like, what haven't I done in a while? What do I
Right.
want to do? And I just pick one. And it's much easier because it's already something that I've kind of pre-planned and therefore know, and I know what I want to do, even if I haven't done it yet.
Right.
You are reminding me, yeah, because when you listed those 5 songs, I was like, oh, there's a song that's not in there that used to be on there.
Oh, what song?
And I'm like, I guess I gotta start. It's Kina, Girl from the Gutter, the
Oh my
Hex
god, I
Hector
love
remix.
Girl from the Gutter. That
Not
one's
bad
so
for a
good.
girl from the gutter like me. Yeah.
I haven't seen you perform that in
Yeah.
years. I think like COVID.
It might have been.
like pre-COVID.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's been
Oh.
a long time.
Gotta bring it back.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
bring
also
it
like
back.
when you do the Coco Peru remakes and the Jackie Beat remakes. I really enjoy those. I enjoy you bringing like that classic drag into the thing, into the scene.
The
Yeah.
Sherry Vine.
The Sherry
That's
Vine.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What are your go-to then, Ethan? Spill the tea. Give us all the juicy what is it? Is it cabaret? Do you sing a little cabaret?
You have no idea. Maybe you do, actually.
Be calm and bienvenue.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's maybe this time.
Oh, yes, you do. I forgot about that. I love that song.
I do that one a lot. May or may not be. Well, I'm not revealing anything, but I do
It-
that song a lot.
It pulls the heartstrings.
It really
pulls-
does. It really does. And I love that, like, I was talking about this at my last gig, actually. I started singing that song when I was probably like 15 at various events and in school and that sort of thing. And at the time, I was like, I have so much to like put into this song. And now looking back, I'm like, no, I didn't. But in a way, I feel that way now. I feel like I have so much more to draw from. But what I'm really excited for is if I happen to be doing this when I'm 45, 55, singing it then and like seeing, you know, what else there is to discover.
What other feelings might just come out?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. What about 45, bitch? What about 45? what?
Well, how do you feel that way? When you do like a Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, you're like, I really mean it. Here we go again.
Do songs take on new meaning for you now that it's been 24 years of songs?
I don't know.
No.
I'm just a drag queen. Ah. Why are you asking me these tough questions? Well, no, I think with any stage artist, and I see drag as being stage artists, you're putting in certain something, but you're also getting back a certain something too. You're getting back some sort of energy from the audience, which sustains us, it keeps us going, sort of thing, and that is still there. I still get that,
Right.
and yeah, I do put my heart and soul into it because Lord knows, I thought for sure for years I thought it was the booze that made me feel really bad afterwards. No, I don't. Drag shows just take a lot out of it.
Yeah, they literally
do.
do.
I'm like I was sober and I'm waking up with a hangover, and I'm like, what's going
Well,
on?
it's coming down from an adrenaline high.
Oh, maybe that's it.
You're coming down from adrenaline high. Your body is working overtime. You're releasing hormones that, I mean, both attract the men, but also do things internally to your body that make you have to recover afterwards. There's
Well, that's
science to it.
That's another reason why I've chosen to do more of the cabaret kind of route, because I just like destroyed my knees.
Oh,
My knees, and they're better now. But when I started, I was really into this idea that you have to do something crazy to get that quick reaction from the crowd. It's all gimmicky, you know? And I don't subscribe to that anymore. I'm like, I want to do this for a long time, probably. So preservation is so much quicker than like that quick. And if you have to rely on like slamming to your knees to get a reaction from the crowd, you're probably not a very good performer.
Well, and you can do other gimmicks that are going to keep your cartilage intact. Like, you know,
Exactly,
you could do
exactly.
a reveal or something. Or,
Exactly, but like use your creativity and like, your
Yes.
actual skill
Yes.
set rather
Yes.
than, you know.
your body.
Yeah,
Yeah. To
exactly.
To throw your body to the wolves.
Yeah, you don't need to do dips and drops and
Not if you can't,
flips.
like not
Yeah,
if you're
if you
not
can't
trained
do
to do
them.
those things.
Yeah.
That's for
We
sure.
have a comment. We gave Ethan a standing ovation for maybe this time at Pinnacle.
So nice.
We also had some comments on our Instagram too, wondering when they will see you in Kingston next.
Whenever Rowena books me.
Right.
No, I don't.
Accurate. Yeah.
I don't know. I would like whenever I can. I mean, perhaps during Pride, but Pride's filling up. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure you can relate. Like Pride is already like bang, bang, bang. The dates are being taken. So
Yeah.
I would love to. And I did a brunch. I did one of Sherry Ann Hex's brunches
Yes,
a while
yeah.
ago. I quite enjoyed that. If she asks me back and it works, I will consider it.
So
No.
basically, someone just has to call Ethan and say, "We have a gig for you."
We have a gig for you.
Yeah.
We
Pretty
want
much,
you to
pretty
sing
much.
live.
See, I'm not like reaching out to venues in Kingston to be like, hey, can I come perform here? Because I feel like there's people there. I'm not trying to like, how would you say?
Shitting on someone else's front lawn.
Sure, exactly.
I was just gonna say step on toes, but that
Step on,
Yeah.
all of the above. You know, because if I'm asked to come, I want to come, but
I mean, I don't know how often you listen to our podcast, but obviously every time. So you must know about the story of the drag performers from Barrie, Oshawa,
Barry
coming to Kingston and then kicking out one of our own from their own show that happened. So, you know, as long as you don't do that sort of shit, you're good. Come to Kingston, do a show, have fun.
oh god, who would from Barrie?
Oh dear Lord, Rowena.
I'm not gonna
we
name
did.
names.
We didn't name names. We didn't talk about.
Did we not talk about it?
Well, we mentioned it happened. Did we mention it? I
Wait
don't
a
even know if we
minute.
mentioned it happened. Oh goodness sake! There was so much drama.
So much
It's
drama.
very drama.
Barrie like slash Belleville?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't
Sure.
know. But so, yes, like come to Kingston, do a show. There's a lot of drag here now. I will say we do have a lot of shows.
There is.
But I mean, there are always venues that are looking for one-offs. Not every venue is like a regular gig type of place, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to carve yourself a spot, because if you carve yourself a spot, you can carve yourself an audience, and I mean.
True.
I mean, Hillary Oss used to come to Kingston for like a week every summer and do drag as a fringe festival thing.
Oh, okay.
At the theater.
Yeah, at the theater. And that was fun and successful. So,
I also feel like perhaps there isn't someone in drag doing my kind of solo show style. So that might be something where like it's something different for a different audience. Maybe.
And we need to. I really love. I think there's enough drag artists in town now that I say this out loud. Is that I really love that cabaret kind of feel to it too. But also marrying it with burlesque. I used to do, when I was the only drag queen in town, I would be doing drag numbers in between burlesque performances, and that was so much fun. And that's what you're going to be doing on tour.
yeah, totally.
Across Ontario and Eastern Canada. So, what are you expecting with this tour? Like, are you going to be performing in like legions, or are you going to be performing in theaters, or are you going to be performing in
dive bars, like
barns in the backfield?
I kind of think all of the above. We have some venues that are more of like maybe a restaurant with like or a bar with a venue space, that type of deal, where a lot of drag shows usually kind of happen. But then we have some that are like theaters with like pretty big cedar theaters. So I think there's a whole bunch of variety, and I'm excited.
We're excited for you. It's going to be,
Thank you.
this is your first tour, correct?
First tour, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't performed in like a reoccurring show in a long time, and I'm so excited. I want to do theater so badly. It's just hard to get paid to do it.
Yes, it's hard to get paid to do it. There's a lot of opportunities to do it for free.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
That's not exactly. It takes a lot of time, and if you have
It
to
does.
like hold up a job and make money, then doing free theater is not something you can generally do.
And it
Yeah.
often happens on days that are gig days.
Yeah.
Like, can't give up Fridays and Saturday nights, sorry.
No, for me, it's everything is on a Thursday. I don't know why, but everything I want to do is on a Thursday, and that is that's my gig day.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I rarely have gigs on Thursdays.
I mean, the county's not a
county.
huge Thursday. It's very much a weekend place.
Friday,
is.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're reaching kind of the end of our podcast hour. So is there anything that you wanna tell people about yourself? Anything you want to tell people
Yeah.
about upcoming, maybe other than the Babes tour, or if just what do you want to say?
Wow. It's broad.
I know, right?
We're giving you the floor, bitch. We're giving you the floor. You take it. You just
Okay. Well, I see here that Queen Ethan. That is my Instagram. If you are interested in following along with my career, that is the place to find it. That's the only social media I have. Not on TikTok or Facebook. Don't plan on being. I have lots of gigs coming up. I'm going to be at the Hayloft a lot this summer, so you can see the dates specifically when I'm going to be there on my Instagram. Lots more programming is expected to be happening at Carlo Estates, 555. Basically, I'm all around the county all summer and actually branching out of the county a bit too, so follow me.
Very nice.
And if you are interested, book and buy tickets to shows. Don't wait till the last second. I will just say this. It helps drag performers and all performers so much. If you know it's something you want to go to, buy tickets as early as possible.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time, events are dependent on ticket sales.
And if you
So
don't buy tickets, the events often will get canceled.
it's happened to me a few times now, and it hasn't been happening, and I'm like, wow, okay, this is showbiz.
yeah, we're back to people are buying tickets the night before. You know.
Yeah.
Oh.
At the door.
Buy your tickets in advance. Show support, but also, don't fear commitment. Commit to those shows.
Yeah.
Put it in your calendar.
And be
On a
on
monthly
time.
basis.
Be on
Be on time.
And arrive on time.
Tell that to your
Arrive on
drag queen
time.
friends. Drag queens, arrive on time.
Oh, how dare
Do
you?
you know,
That's a hate
I'm
crime.
so chronically early to everything.
You are. You are.
Like,
You
so
are.
early.
Like, I remember you arriving at the same time I was arriving to set up equipment.
I was
Even
like,
this podcast, I was here before y'all were.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not a late queen. Like, I don't show up late. I show up on time, but I show up like 10 minutes before and then I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready too. But I just I like to be prepared, and I don't like to risk being late. So I give myself a window of time, just in case.
Yeah. So, you know what? If you are listening, set aside a window of time and go see Ethan in the county this summer at Carlo Estates at the Hayloft, or follow them on Instagram, that Queen Ethan, in order to see where they will be next. And Ethan, send me the dates that you're at the Hayloft because I want to compare.
Will do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't forget to, add your events to dragshow.ca.
Yes. Yes. I gotta do that.
Yes. Yeah. So again, my name is Rowena Whey, one of the hostesses of What's the Maple Tea. I like to think of myself as the sweet one, even though I am the bitch. You can find me at rowenaway.com. You can find all my upcoming events there. There are some sneak peeks for what's coming in April, May, and June, and July on my website right now. So
Oh.
check it out. Lots of things coming up. And you are?
I am
Who are you
the
again?
ghost of Miss Tyffanie Mark. Tyffanie.com. Boo. Tyffanie.com. Tyffanie.com. And yes, I own that fucking website. And you can find me on my Instagram, my Facebook. We got all the links there, and as well as all my events. Although not all of them, I haven't announced them because they haven't been officially announced. Some of them in the coming months. But yeah, I should start posting. Like, you know, can't do this date anymore because June is filling up. Like all of us drag artists out there.
Oh, literally. June is busy.
I think every weekend is booked now for me. Anyway, but yeah, go to Tyffanie.com. And this, you are listening to What's the Maple Tea? You can find our podcast at themapletea.ca.
Subscribe to our podcast on Apple or Spotify, wherever you happen to listen to us, or on YouTube. Or follow us on Instagram or Facebook, because we are gunning for an award this year. We're going to self-apply. We're going to take it from Squirrel Talk.
Yeah. At least we're on their radar because we registered on their website.
We registered this year, yeah.
All right.
Ethan's like, what? Thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
out.
Ethan.
Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to do this.
Yes,
This is
and
fun.
good luck in rehearsals tomorrow.
Thank you.
Break a leg in theater speak.
No, in theater
not-
speak, break a leg. In drag speak, pop a tuck.
Oh, Papa Talk. There we
Don't
go.
have to worry about that.
All right, sweet peas.
Good night.